On that topic before of building things,
Yes.
do you still hope to get money from your Belt and Road deal into Victorian infrastructure, despite that Australian relationship with China seemingly deteriorating and the federal government's position?
Well, Belt and Road or other agreements are not so much about the individual decisions that are made out of the tender box, as it were. That is about a relationship. That is not about... We have a rigorous process, and the country of origin of a builder or a stake in that company that might be attributed to a foreign country, that's not really a factor in the work that we do. We go through, can they do the work, what's their record like, have they got the most competitive price, and then we make a decision from there. So for instance, CPB John Holland are in the midst of removing level crossings, building all sorts of different projects right across the state, not because they've got links to a particular country, but because they won the competitive bidding process for that work. So the reason I've drawn your attention to the stuff that's in the paper today about North East Link, because I think there's just a key point being missed here. The federal government are part of that project. They're a partner. So before giving us the benefit of their wisdom, some Senate group, they ought to go and check where their government's at, because their government's part of that project, and I don't want that held up because of some of this stuff. I want to get that project done, because it's thousands of jobs, and it's about making sure that people in Ivanhoe, people all the way up right to the outer north, get their local roads back. I think that's a really, really important thing.
So from your government's perspective, in that context of Australia's relationship with China, some issues with it, and the federal government's position, is your commitment to that Belt and Road deal still rock solid?
I've got no change to the position that I've outlined on many occasions. I think that a strong relationship and a strong partnership with China is very, very important. That's always been my view, not to the exclusion of every other country on earth though, and not to indicate that we agree with China on every single thing. Clearly we don't. We have trade agreements, partnerships, memoranda of understanding, all manner of different arrangements with countries across the whole world, and it's a really important part of trade. It's an important part of investment. It's an important part of us maximising all the strengths that we have, creating new ones as well, Michael, and creating jobs. That's what's most important. But some MOU, no matter how important it is, that never takes the place of a competitive tender process where it's not me or a group of members of parliament, ministers sitting around working out who should win the bid. Ultimately we do, but it's done through a competitive process, rigorous analysis. Can they do it? What's their record? And how much are they prepared to do it for? And if all those three things align, then that person usually wins the bid, whether they're Spanish, French, Chinese, local, or otherwise, or consortiums and combinations of all of those mixed in together, which is what's happened also.